Today's video is on GDP and the concept of value added. Now, the idea of value added goes with both the expenditure approach and the income approach to GDP, but it probably relates to the income approach a little bit more. Just to refresh our memory before we get started, the expenditure approach to GDP counts up all the purchasers in the economy. So it counts up all of households' consumption, on household goods and services, firms' purchases of capital goods and their inventories, that's investment, the government's purchases of goods and services in the private sector, and then also net exports, that's exports minus imports, the goods and services that we sell to our trading partners abroad, less the goods and services that we buy from them. So that's the expenditure approach to GDP. The income approach to GDP, or gross domestic income, it calculates all of the income that's earned for producing all the goods and services in the economy. So all the wages that are paid to laborers, all the rents that are paid to landlords, all the interest that's paid to capitalists, and all of the profit that's paid to entrepreneurs. So when GDP, gross domestic output, and gross domestic income, GDY, when they equal each other, the economy is at equilibrium. Let's see how value added goes along with those ideas of GDP. GDP is an accounting system, and in any accounting system, you never want to count anything twice, but you want to make sure that you're counting everything once. So let's kind of look at what we've got here to explain it. So going across on this heading row here, we've got the production activity, the value of the input, that's going to be the value of the factor of productions. The value of the output, that's going to be like its value at some intermediate stage. And then this is the value that was added at each stage of production. So sometimes students get a problem like this and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to solve this problem. If you remember that the difference between the value of the output and the value of the input is the value added, it makes it a lot easier. The difference between the value of the output and the value of the input is the value that's added. Here on these rows, we have the headings of different individuals during the course of producing. Let's say we're producing an avocado, one avocado. So we're looking at the farmer that grows the avocado, and the manufacturer that processes and packs the avocado, the wholesaler that then gets the avocado and distributes it to the grocery store, and then the grocery store that retails the avocado to the ultimate purchaser, the person who's going to go home and have avocado toast or guacamole. So let's begin. So let's start with the farmer growing an avocado. Now here it says that the input value is 0, and that's just because we need a starting place. The farmer is going to grow an avocado and suffer costs to do it, and that's going to be the value of the output that the farmer sells the avocado to the manufacturer for. So the farmer has to pay for their land and their labor and their machines, their capital, and any profit for the farmer. Now when you look at this, you're like, well, we don't have any information here. Well, the 50 cents that comes over to the manufacturer, that's the value that the farmer has placed on their output. So they're saying, hey, this avocado is worth 50 cents to me. So that means if the farmer adds in all the wages they paid laborer, all the rent that they paid the landlord, all the capital, the interest that they paid to capitalists, and the farmer's profit, for each avocado they're making 50 cents. So we just take the value of the output minus the value of the input. That's the value that's added at this first stage of production. So the manufacturer pays the farmer 50 cents for the avocado. Now the manufacturer gets it and they're going to process it and package it and wash it and put it into boxes and put it on a truck and send it to a wholesaler. So we know that the difference between the value of the output and the input is going to be the value added. And here it says that you're getting 25 cents added. So that means that this has got to be 75 cents here. 75 cents minus 50 cents is going to be your 25 cents. So what that means is the manufacturer's added another 25 cents of value because they've incurred all those costs to get the avocado from the farmer to the wholesaler. So the wholesaler is going to pay 75 cents for that one avocado. So the wholesaler is going to do stuff too. The wholesaler is going to keep the avocados in cold storage. They're going to find grocery stores that need avocados. They're going to then put the avocados on the back of a truck and send it over to a grocery store. And they're saying that that's going to be worth $1.25 to them. So that covers all of their costs, all of their wages, rents, interest, and profits. So we take the $1.25 minus the 75, and that gives us 50 cents of added value. So that means that the wholesaler is going to sell the avocado to the retailer for $1.25. So the retailer, the grocery store, is going to pay $1.25 for this avocado. So what does that tell us? If the value that's been added is 75 cents, it means that we're going to pay, the ultimate purchaser is going to pay $2 for that avocado. That's kind of a pricey avocado, but we see avocados for $4 sometimes. Now here's the trick. If we add the value at each stage of production, it should equal the value of the output to the ultimate purchaser. Hey guys, if we sum this up, this equals $2. 50 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, and 75 cents. That's the value that's added at each stage of production. What did the ultimate purchaser pay for it? $2. So this tells us that there was no double counting. It's going to tell us that for this avocado, the income and the output is going to equal each other because we've added the value at each stage of production. So let me step away so you get a good look at this. Try to match this up with your homework questions. Keep watching those videos, and remember, there's going to be more to come. Thanks for viewing.